Welcome to this explainer. Look, if you've been wondering how to actually capitalize on this massive wave of artificial intelligence without having to be some hotshot software engineer or raising endless startup capital, you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're unpacking an incredibly actionable framework for launching a highly profitable AI business from absolute scratch, and amazingly, doing it with 0 employees. We're going to walk through the exact 4 steps for AI to build these incredibly lucrative systems. So let's dive right in. Picture this, a wildly realistic phone interaction where an entrepreneur, Dan Martell, does a live demo with an AI appointment setter named Emma. And he really puts it to the test. He throws objections at it, tells it he's super busy, asks to reschedule for different times, and this AI handles it all completely seamlessly. It even books the appointment in Atlantic time and fires off a confirmation text. It just proves exactly how powerful and frankly human-like this technology has become. Businesses out there are practically begging for this level of automation right now. Okay, here's our game plan for the 4 steps for AI. We'll cover the AI startup ladder, validating your niche, pre-selling before building, delivering fast results, productizing and scaling, and finally, seeing this exact blueprint in action. Let's start with step 1 of the AI startup ladder, validate your niche. This validation phase is where you've got to pick a super specific niche, think med spas, lawn care companies, or maybe marketing agencies, and actually prove people want to buy what you're selling before you do anything else. We can map out 5 distinct AI businesses side by side right here to compare the startup cost, the effort required, and the daily income potential to help you lock in that perfect niche. Take the appointment setter we just talked about. Low cost, medium effort, and you could easily be pulling in $500 to $1,000 a day. Then you've got content repurposing, which is taking long-form podcasts and using AI to slice them up into viral shorts, or a sales chatbot turning social media DMs into actual leads. But check out the bottom 2. An AI data cleanup agency can bring in up to $3,000 a day because you're literally organizing a company's messy internal data. And finally, the absolute heavy hitter, an AI inbox and calendar manager. This one is massive because you are directly buying back an executive's time, and they will happily pay incredible premiums for that. We're talking up to $5,000 a day. And listen, these aren't just pie-in-the-sky numbers on some spreadsheet. Our source details real, actual businesses hitting these milestones right now. We're talking about a solo freelancer hitting $30,000 a month just repurposing content for 7 clients. Or a chatbot company called GetRivio, scaling from $0 to $60,000 a month in under 7 months. And over in the data cleanup space, a company called Precision.co scaled from $0 to $700,000 in just 7 months, which is roughly $100,000 a month. But it gets even crazier. Let's look back at that inbox and calendar management niche. An AI company called Fixer used this exact model to leap from $1 million to $10 million in annual revenue in just 5 months. When you actually do the math on that crazy growth, it breaks down to $27,000 a day. That is the kind of scale we're talking about when you step in and solve a painful, expensive problem for a business owner using AI. Moving right along to step 2 of the AI startup ladder, pre-sell before building. Let's see how this builds straight off your validation. This step introduces a massive shift in how you actually start the company. You know the old way, right? The traditional business model where people spend months isolated in a dark room building a product, perfecting the code, and then they finally cross their fingers and just hope someone buys it? Well, the AI startup ladder flips this entirely on its head. The source insists you absolutely must pre-sell. You sell the offer and you collect the cash before a single piece of tech is ever built. So your entire business at this early stage, it's incredibly lean. We're literally talking about having a conversation with a business owner, sharing a really simple document that outlines exactly what your AI offer is going to do for them, and dropping a Stripe link to get paid instantly. That is it. If they won't click that link and pay you based on the promise of the outcome, then guess what? You haven't found the right offer yet, but you just saved yourself months of useless building. Which brings us to step 3 of the AI startup ladder. Deliver fast results. The exact second that payment clears, you drop absolutely everything else and move immediately into delivery mode. The name of the game here is speed. Your explicit goal is to do whatever unscalable manual work it takes to get that new customer a massive win within their first 48 hours. Seriously, if you sell an AI inbox manager, you get in there and manually sort their inbox yourself for those first 2 days while you're setting up the actual AI behind the scenes. Delivering results in 48 hours is what instantly builds your reputation, totally prevents buyer's remorse, and generates really high-quality referrals. And that leads us directly into step 4 of the AI startup ladder: productize and scale. Once you've got a thrilled paying customer who has seen immediate results, you finally enter the culmination of the 4 steps for AI. This is where you construct the real architecture of the business and your ultimate roadmap to freedom. You take that manual delivery process, you just grind it out for the 48-hour win, and you productize a service. You create incredibly strict boundaries around what you do and don't do, which creates stability. Finally, you automate the deployment of the AI. Because it's software, once you figure out the prompt engineering and the API connections for, say, one med spa, you can instantly copy and paste that exact setup for 50 other med spas. That is exactly how you scale up without needing to hire a massive team of employees. Now, you might be thinking, doesn't everybody already know how to use AI? The source gives a massive reality check here. Business owners are absolutely desperate to pay top dollar for this scaling because their number one bottleneck is they simply don't have a single person on their internal teams who understands how to implement AI properly. To them, you are the undeniable expert simply because you are a few steps ahead of where they are. All right, let's look at section 5, the blueprint in action. To prove just how accessible and real this is, the source literally picks up the phone and does a live demonstration of this exact framework. He calls up a contact named Josh and flawlessly executes the strategy. First, he just asks Josh what's not working with his current setup. Josh admits that remote gaps and inbox communication are a total mess right now. Then comes the masterstroke. He quantifies the pain. He asks Josh what saving 5 to 10 hours a week would actually be worth to him. Josh realizes his time is worth thousands, meaning this inbox chaos is costing him at least 10 grand a week in lost potential. Instantly, an AI solution that costs a fraction of that is offered up, and a demo is booked on the spot. No high-pressure selling, just solving a very high-ticket problem. And here's the best part. Once you secure those first few customers and actually show them this technology during the demo, when they watch an AI sorting their emails just like they would, or booking calls totally autonomously, it feels like pure magic to them. They literally can't believe it's real. This creates a massive snowball effect that quickly establishes you as the undisputed top expert in your specific niche. But here is the ultimate truth you've got to take away from this explainer today. While AI is amazing, while it provides incredible solutions, writes brilliant code, and gives you all the answers, it cannot take the action for you. The AI is not going to pick up the phone and call Josh. You are the one who has to do the reps. You've got to endure those first few uncomfortable cold calls, take the action to sell, collect the cash, and build the actual systems. So, knowing these incredibly simple, actionable 4 steps for AI, I want to leave you with a question to think about. Look back at those 5 models we discussed: appointment setter, content repurposer, sales chatbot, data cleanup, or inbox manager. Which specific AI niche are you going to pick up the phone and validate today? The opportunity is sitting right there in front of you. Go out there and start building.